Hello, art lovers and curious minds from all corners. Welcome to Art in 5 Minutes, the channel where we discover the life and work of great artists in record time. Are you ready to immerse yourselves in a world full of brushstrokes, secrets, and anecdotes? Let's dive in. Today, dear viewers, we delve into the life of the tormented and passionate genius, Vincent van Gogh. Born in 1853 in the Netherlands, this artist lived only 37 years, but left behind an unparalleled legacy. Van Gogh was a solitary man who, at times, lived in poverty and dealt with mental illness. Although he was never recognized during his lifetime, his works have become some of the most iconic in the history of art. Vincent had an emotionally intense and complex life. He fell passionately in love with his cousin, Guy van Stricker, who married another man after rejecting his declarations of love. Van Gogh's frustration over this rejection is evident in his work, The Siesta, 1889, where he depicts a couple cuddled up in a meadow, while he himself looks on in solitude. Van Gogh also had a conflicted relationship with his father, who did not support his artistic career. In fact, his father urged him to abandon his passion and find a more conventional job. But this didn't stop Van Gogh from painting with fervor. In his artistic career, he went through various periods and experimented with different styles and techniques. In his first period, spanning from 1880 to 1885, Van Gogh used dark and somber tones. An emblematic example of this era is The Potato Eaters, 1885, which portrays the difficult life of peasants. In 1886, Van Gogh moved to Paris and immersed himself in the Impressionist culture of the time. During this period, spanning from 1886 to 1888, he adopted brighter colors and looser brushstrokes. We highlight The Bridge at Trinktail, 1888, where his characteristic style is already apparent. In his next period, spanning from 1888 to 1889, Van Gogh found his unique style, with vibrant colors and energetic brushstrokes. Works such as Starry Night over the Rhone, 1888, and Café Terrace at Night, 1888, are examples of this stage. During his stay at the asylum in Saint-Rémy, Van Gogh created some of his masterpieces, such as Starry Night, 1889, and Sunflowers, 1889. Interestingly, the painting, Sunflowers, was auctioned in 1987 for $39.9 million, becoming one of the most expensive works of art in history. In 1890, Van Gogh moved to Auvers-sur-Oise, where he hoped to recover from his poor mental health. During this period, he created some of his last works, such as Wheatfield with Crows, 1890, and The Church at Auvers, 1890. Unfortunately, Van Gogh's mental health worsened, and in July 1890, after an argument with his friend Paul Gauguin, Van Gogh cut off his ear. He was admitted to a psychiatric hospital and later moved to a boarding house in Auvers-sur-Oise, where he committed suicide by shooting himself in the chest in July 1890. Although his life was brief, his legacy endures to this day, and his influence in art is indisputable. In addition to his impact on painting, Van Gogh also influenced the worlds of literature and music. For example, the French writer and poet Albert Camus said that Van Gogh was a suicide who didn't die, while the song Vincent by Don McLean honors his life and work. One of Van Gogh's most distinctive techniques was impasto, which involved applying thick layers of paint that gave his paintings a unique and palpable texture. This technique is evident in works such as Starry Night and Sunflowers. Despite the difficulties he faced during his life, Van Gogh never stopped painting with passion and commitment. Through his work, he captured the beauty and complexity of the world around him and became one of the most important and influential artists of all time. And thus, we end our journey through the life and work of Vincent van Gogh. We hope you have enjoyed this deeper exploration of one of the most fascinating artists in the history of art. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any episodes of Art in 5 Minutes. Until next time.